welcome to my channel. Welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be going over and ranking all the products that I've been trying for the last 2 or 3 months now. These were all first impression products. None of these were products that I already had in my collection that maybe I had in a Shop My Stash or anything like that. They were all products that I tried for the first time on camera. I have 23, quite a bit. This is something that I'm thinking of maybe starting on a more regular basis and hopefully keep around 10 to 15. So future videos will hopefully not be so long, but we had a lot to catch up on. So let's just get started with that. If you like ranking videos, please give this video a thumbs up. I hope you stick around and subscribe. I do upload videos twice a week on Sundays and Thursdays. And with that, let's get started because we have a lot to talk about. So starting at number 23, all the way at the bottom, is this Kosas Cream and Light Duo. Here are the swatches here. Here's the blush and then the highlight. I have the shade Velvet Melon, and I'll link any respective videos up above, as many as I can. I think I have a limit to how many I can link above, but this was just, I mean, it's my least favorite product. The blush is fine, but the highlight is so emollient. It just like your finger just sinks into the product. It's very bizarre. I just can't get over it, which is why it's gonna be at the very, very bottom. Number 22 is a foundation. So this is the Chanel Le Beige Water Fresh Tint. Looks like this. They did come out with a newer version of this, which I do have, and I should have a video coming soon comparing the two. Here's a swatch of the shade Medium. This, my biggest complaint, it looked beautiful on the skin. I really loved how it looked, but within 2 to 3 hours, it was just completely sloshed off your face. It was so wet. I've never had a foundation do what this one did, and it just looked bad. You could only wear this for such little time, and that's the only thing I don't like about this. If it lasted a lot longer, this would be a great foundation for just outside in the summertime, like on vacation. However, due to its wear time, that's why it's being ranked so low. Number 21 is gonna go to this product. So this is the Oma Beauty Double Take Sculpt and Strobe Duo Stick. I have the shade 3 Fair Lady. So here are the swatches here of the highlight and the contour. This is not a bad product. The reason it's just ranked so low is how pigmented it is. And while that might be great for some people, maybe some people are looking for that, for me, I just found it not user-friendly. I found it very difficult to blend on my skin. Just relative to all these products, again, I just want to repeat myself that it's not bad. It just takes a lot of work to use, and that's why I'm ranking it so low here. Number 20 is another Kosas product. You'll see a lot of Kosas in here and a lot of Huda Beauty just because I did do a full face of both those brands. But number 20 is gonna go to the Kosas Revealer Foundation. So I just did not like this. Here's the shade on the back of my hand. This is shade 190. I found that the swatches online were way lighter than they were in person. I would recommend going down if you're just looking at online swatches. However, I just didn't find this to do any of the claims that it says that it was going to do, which is make your skin look plump, hydrated. This was okay. Like, I'll probably wear this a few more times, but it's definitely not a foundation I can see myself just reaching for over and over again. I mean, I haven't. So that's why it's just ranked so low. I feel like I also just ranked it low because I had such high hopes for this. I love the concealer. The concealer is great. So when they announced this, I was really excited for it. And it just disappointed so badly, which probably just left a bad taste in my mouth and why I ranked it so low. But I just think out of all the summer foundations that have come out recently, this one was definitely just a miss on all fronts. And a lot of people were excited about this too, so which is disappointing. Number 19 is gonna go to a powder. I have here the Jouer Soft Focus Hydrate and Set Powder in the shade Light. Not really gonna see it on the back of my hand here, but here's what it looks like. I've tried a lot of powders recently, and I'm just ranking this on the lower end of powders because it's just not my style. And that doesn't mean it's a bad product. However, it's very heavy on the skin. It doesn't claim to be light coverage. Like, this does claim to be a heavier powder. So I don't fault it for that. Just, again, for my style, it's not something that I can see myself using every day because it is heavy. This is something that would be very occasion specific. If I was wearing maybe like a tinted moisturizer and then plans changed, I needed to go out to something a little bit more formal, so I just would throw this on top to like give more coverage. That's really the only time I can see myself reaching for this. And other than that, it's great. It does what it's supposed to do. It gives a heavier coverage. It does set your makeup, and it gives a beautiful finish. Just for me, this is not something I can see myself using. We're starting to venture into the more like, I don't hate these products, but they're okay. I kind of feel indifferent to them. Number 18 is gonna go to this Kosas bronzer. This is in the shade Medium. It's currently in Shop My Stash, and I don't know. I'm still kind of getting my thoughts on it. I mean, I've used it quite a few times, so that way I felt pretty confident using it in my video. However, something tells me that this is expired, and I'm debating with myself on if I should reach out to Kosas or not, because I got this in December. It says it has a 12-month shelf life. It has not been 12 months, and it smells like Play-Doh. So I don't know if mine is bad. The color is really nice. I do like it. I really like this packaging. However, there's just something about this that I can't get over, and I don't know if I just got like a weird one or something like that. We have more bronzers. I've tried a lot of bronzers. Number 17 goes to this Anastasia Beverly Hills, what is this? Cream bronzer. That's all it's called. I have the shade Amber, and this just, again, I've tried a lot of bronzers these past month or two, and I reach for this one the least amount. I think it just has to do with the shade. I will give it to Anastasia. They have, I think, like 20 shades in this bronzer. They have a lot of shades. So clearly I just maybe picked the wrong one. The formula is not bad. It's a great formula, just I don't like the shade on my skin, and that's why I don't reach for it. If you like this product, if you're kind of around my skin tone, let me know what shade you have down in the comments, so maybe I can pick it up and use it more, because I did like this, but there are just other cream bronzers that I've tried that I'm just reaching for way more over this one. Number 16 goes to this, is the Nabla Skin Realist Beautifying Tinted Balm. I have the shade Too Light. This product is okay. I did like this, which is why it's ranked a little bit higher. It just kind of confuses me. I don't know what a tinted balm is. Normally, I think of a balm as something like this, but this is in liquid form, so I think the name just kind of throws me off. It did wear really nice on the skin. I wouldn't say it's the most long-lasting. It's not a foundation that a couple days later, I just felt like I had to wear again. There are other foundations you're gonna see that I'm just head over heels for, and this was just not one of them, which is why it's ranked a little bit lower. However, I don't regret purchasing this. It's a nice foundation, just not something that I think stands out. It really is just like me. And that's all I have to say about this. Do I think you'll regret purchasing it? No. I feel like, I can't remember, but I feel like it was pretty affordable. It wasn't too expensive, so give it a shot. Let me know what you think, but this is ranked mid-tier, a little bit lower. Number 15, we're gonna start with the Huda products. So it goes to this one. This is the Nymph All Over Glow in Helios. I bought this not right when it came out. It sold out really quickly. It's just so beautiful. It's like the size of my face, but I wanted it. It sold out. They restocked it, so I finally got my hands on it. And then they released a mini version, which kind of makes me a little bit upset, because like, how am I ever gonna go through this entire thing? The mini would have been so much better. So that's my fault, I guess. Here's a swatch of it. it looks dark on my skin, but it does just give a really pretty glow. It's a really nice highlight. You could use it as an all over body highlight, and that's why I'm assuming they released it so big in the beginning, but I just wish I had bought the smaller one. It's an okay product, just when I compare the other Huda products that I have, this definitely ranks at the bottom of those, which is why I have it ranked at number 15. On to number 14. So number 14, I have here this brow gel. This is the Kosas Air Brow in soft brown. Here it is, poorly swatched. But this was a good product. I like this. This is just not a brow gel that, again, I can wear every day. And that's really how my ranking is gonna go, just on how much do I use these products and are they versatile. For me, this is just a product that I would wear on like no makeup or light makeup days. I cannot wear this with an eyebrow pencil. And I do normally wear an eyebrow pencil every day. I have like a few little sparse areas, not very many, but enough where I kind of just want to fill them in. So that's why I save this for like no makeup, light makeup days where I kind of just want something to fill my brows, but nothing where it's going to be like I'm doing my brows completely. The reason for that is just the formula. This formula doesn't play nice with an eyebrow pencil. It's just the eyebrow pencil's too waxy and they clash, so the pencil doesn't really stick in my brows. And I don't know if that's a me problem, if anyone else has found that. This product would be perfect for those people who just have luscious brows, perfect brows, who can just kind of fluff them up and be on their way. But for me, this is not an everyday product, which is why it's ranked at number 14. We have another Kosas product coming in at 13. This is the Kosas Cloud Set Powder in the shade Breezy. Not really gonna see it there, but this one surprised me the most. I honestly thought this was going to be ranked so much lower. I did not like this product, if you saw my video. The problem with this is it gets hard panned just so easily. Like, I've already taken tape to this to take the hard pan off multiple times. You really have to work hard to get to the good part of this powder. But once you do, it's great. I see what the hype is about it. A lot of people love this powder. I find it irritating that all the time I have to go out and grab some tape and take the hard pan off. I just don't like that. I don't like products that aren't easy to use, and this one's just a little finicky, which is why it's ranked lower. However, I put it at 13 because it does look really nice on the skin. I just wish Kosas, they have to do something with their formula to make it just a smidge better, where it doesn't just absorb all those oils. I don't know, something like that. Number 12 is another powder, but I liked this one more than the Kosas. So this is the Huda Beauty Luminous Pressed Powder in 04 Light Medium. Here is on my hand. You can kind of see the sheen here. The reason I ranked this one over the Kosas is, again, just ease of use. This one's so much easier. I don't have a hard time using it. I was really nervous when I tried this because it looks very dark in the pan. I was worried I got the wrong shade. And I just heard that this powder is overly luminous, just way, way too glowy. The whole glowish line, everyone was just saying it was too glowy. So I was really, really nervous going into this, but I ended up loving this powder. I don't find it too glowy, and I'm not someone, I prefer a natural finish. I have normal to dry skin. I want to look a little glowy, but I hate looking sweaty wet. I don't want to look like that. Some people like that. That's their journey. So I was really just scared to try this on, and I liked this so much more than I was expecting. If you're looking for just a nice powder, I would really check this one out. It really exceeded my expectations, and I liked it a lot. Almost to the top 10, number 11 is another Huda product. So this is the Glowish Cheeky Vegan Blush Powder in 02 Caring Coral. Looks like this. I mentioned this in my video. I don't really consider this a coral color, but to each his own. And I like this a lot. I ranked it higher than the powder because I just found this really pretty on the cheeks. I thought it was very blendable. I liked it better than the powder, just a little. I mean, we're kind of in the range now where I would give these probably like a 7 if I was to give them a hard number. So this is a really nice blush, and I'll probably pick up more shades of this. Maybe if I had unlimited amounts of money, I would pick up more shades of this. However, I'm trying to just like really condense my collection, so I probably won't. However, if I was someone who just purchased things, like I would buy more shades of this, if that makes any sense to anyone. But I really like this. The whole glowish line, like even the foundation I loved. I have more glowish products coming up here, but I liked the whole line from Huda Beauty, and I really like the direction that Huda Beauty's going in with the wishful line, with the glowish line. I like all of that. I don't think you can go wrong with any of the products. Some are better than others, but all of them, there hasn't been one that I haven't liked yet. All right, top 10. Number 10 spot goes to a very sad one. This is the Bite Beauty Changemaker foundation. Unfortunately, Bite Beauty is going out of business. So if you can get this foundation, I would. I have the shade Light 40. Here it is on my hand. This was a really great foundation. I'm sad that I've tried it so late into the game because now, you know, they're going out of business. I can't repurchase it. This was just natural. It gave a radiant finish while being natural. My skin felt good wearing it. I feel like it's very similar to the IT Cosmetics CC cream, and I'm just sad that this is no longer going to be able to be purchased. I really, really liked this. I think it's great, and if you can still purchase it on the Bite Beauty website, last I checked, which was a couple weeks ago, they did still have it on there for like half price. I would grab it quick because it is really, really great. Number 9 is my one and only concealer that was new that I've tested out, and it is the Hello Fab Bendy Avocado Concealer. I have the shade 2 right here, and I really like this. This is not a new product by any means. I think this came out a couple years ago even, and it was raved about then, so I just had always had it on the back of my mind on something that I wanted to try. I finally did, and I can see what all the hype was about. It's very hydrating, but it gives great coverage. I do just feel like I struggle with dark circles a little bit, and it covers them up. I mean, I wouldn't say it covers them up 100%, but 85%, and I'm happy with that number. This is really nice concealer. I feel like people forgot about it because so much new makeup comes out every month, every week, every day. So just a gentle reminder, if you have this in your collection, pull it out, use it, because it is an awesome concealer and I really like it. More bronzers. So number 8 is going to go to the Glowish by Huda Beauty. I have the shade 2 Medium. It looks like this, and here it is on the back of my hand here. I would say this runs a little bit light, like I probably could maybe go up a shade. However, I would be a little worried it would just be too dark. So keep that in mind. Like if you're in between shades, I would go up. Like I'm in between light medium, so I went to medium and I'm happy with that choice. But this is a great bronzer. I just got finished talking about how great the Glowish products are, and I really mean it. I love, love, love this bronzer. The only reason it's ranked number, what I say, 8? Number 8, almost lost track, over other ones is that this one's a powder, and that's why it's just ranked a little bit lower, but we're in the range where I love all these products. None of these were easy to rank. I'm just ranking them based on how much I use them. And there's just a few other bronzers you're gonna see soon that I use a little bit more that are creams. Creams are just very popular right now. It's summer, and that's why this is ranked at number 8 instead of higher, but highly recommend this. If I lost this in my collection, this would probably be the powder bronzer I would go purchase. Number 7 goes to a cream bronzer. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Sunkissed Glow Bronzer. I have the shade 2 Medium. It looks very warm on my swatch here on my hand, but I find that on my skin, it's a little bit more cool toned for whatever reason. A lot of people also left that comment on my video saying that when this is supposed to be a warm tone bronzer. So I don't know, it kind of just changed on me. I do really, really like this. My only gripe is I wish I had gotten the shade Fair. And that's not Charlotte Tilbury's fault. However, I do think that their swatches online are a little bit misleading and their shade range between products are off. The reason I say that is because I have the powder bronzer from Charlotte Tilbury and I also have the shade medium, and that is almost too light for me, whereas this one in the shade medium is almost too dark for me. I went in store and finally swatched the fair shade, and I 1000% wish I had gone with that one. But online, the skin tone of that model for fair was so pale that made me second guess myself, because I was like, I don't know, like if it's that pale, it's not even gonna show up. And you know, it's summertime, like I'm gonna be a little bit more tan, so I'll go with medium. Highly regret. However, this is a beautiful product. It works really, really well. The texture is very interesting to me. I've never had like a cream bronzer like this. It feels like clay. It's just very thick. It blends really well. I've just never had a cream bronzer like the Anastasia one. It's just a lot more emollient. And unless you've swatched it, maybe someone has better descriptor words than me, but it's just very thick and I find it very interesting. I don't know, just a side note. My other cream bronzers have that texture, and it's just something that I felt I should point out. Number 6 goes to the only eyeshadow palette that I've tried. This is the Kevyn Aucoin Nude Pop, and I think that this is discontinued now. It took me quite a long time to try it. Here's what the palette looks like, and then here are the shimmers just kind of swatched on my hand. I love this palette so much. There's a reason. I mean, if you're new to my channel, if you haven't seen any of my videos, currently I live in Europe. I used to live in Arizona in the States, and I'm still in the middle of moving with COVID happening, all that stuff, the pandemic. It was very hard to get all my things over here. I still technically don't have like a solid, stable place yet. So I have stuff that's here at my mom's. I have stuff that's in a storage unit in Arizona. And I recently went back to Arizona in March, and I was able to bring a lot more stuff over. And this palette was one of them, which is why I was able to try it, even though it's discontinued now. And I wanted this the second I saw it. I saw someone on Instagram, I think, do a look with it, and I instantly got it. And then I found out that they finally discontinued it, but it's just perfect. It has like really great light tones here. I don't typically go for shadows that are too dark. I like a lighter look. I like more cool tone looks, and this just fits the bill. I love this purple here. I'm a huge fan of purple. This shade is just a great in the crease shade. You have some darker colors to kind of just give depth to the outer corner, but primarily like this 9 pan here is light. It's fresh, and I just love everything about it. I can't say enough about this. I wish that he didn't discontinue it. However, such is life. Sometimes products have to get discontinued. I understand that. Into the top 5. I love all these products, but coming in at number 5 is the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder Foundation in shade 4. Here it is swatched. This is still, again, it's not a new product to the market or anything like that, just my first time trying it. And this is probably my favorite Charlotte Tilbury foundation, definitely just for my style of makeup. Light, fresh, natural, not too heavy. And this is her lightest foundation. I still like this over the Beautiful Skin foundation, which I do have a video of that as well. And that's her newer foundation, but nothing beats this. This is just, it's an oldie, but it's a goodie, and I wish more people talked about this still. My only thing is, like, you can't set it down. I keep wanting to like set it down like this, where it has, you know, the top of the lid facing up, but you cannot. You have to set it down like this. If you set it down like this, it will just fall over. So that's just a me thing. I don't really like that, but I get over it. I just keep it on its side. Problem solved. But great foundation. Great, lightweight, long lasting, and looks natural. It doesn't bunch up or just like get all crusty at the end of the night. It fades very naturally, so I feel comfortable wearing it for a long time if it's gonna fade. I don't have to worry that I'm gonna need to blot or just touch up this foundation because it just fades so naturally on the skin throughout the day. Most of the rest of these are foundations, just spoiler alert, but number 4 is gonna go to the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Stick Concealer. I have the shade Custard 220N. Here it is on the back of my hand here. This is a really great shade match for me, and I love that one. Again, long lasting. It has a little bit more heavier coverage than the Charlotte Tilbury, but for some reason, there's something about this I can't get out of my mind. I always want to wear this. I like that it's a stick. I know it doesn't have as much product when it's a stick foundation, but I go very light-handed on all of my products, so it's not something I really need to worry about. This is really good foundation. I think part of it is I didn't have high hopes because I didn't like the Faux Filter, the original foundation. It's just so heavily scented, so full coverage. So my expectations were just blown out of the water with this. I reach for this all the time. I cannot say enough good things about it. If you have the chance to pick this up, I would, because it is great. It is long lasting. Again, that's like the number one thing I look for. Like, I don't want to have to continuously look in the mirror and touch up my foundation. I just want it to wear well and not have to worry about it like bunching up or when it like separates. I don't like any of that. I mean, nobody does, but I don't want to have to worry about it. This is great. Love this. Number 3 goes to a cream bronzer, my favorite cream bronzer, clearly, that I've tried recently. This is the Nars Sunkissed Bronzing Cream in the shade 2 Laguna. So it looks like this, and then here it is swatched on the back of my hand. I compared this one to the Anastasia one, and while I will say they're very similar in formula, the shade that I got is not the same shade. However, I just can't stop reaching for this. I have quite a dip in it. You can't really tell, but I've used this. I'm wearing it today. I use this all the time. I just prefer, I think, a cooler toned bronzer, especially if it's a cream. I want it to be warm, but I don't want it to be too warm. I want it to be neutral with a hint of cool, if that makes sense. That's like my perfect cream bronzer. This just really fits the bill. I've never tried the Laguna powder bronzer. I know that I'm probably like a 1 in a million who's never tried that powder bronzer. So maybe that's where just my infatuation comes from, because I know that's a very, very popular bronzer and I'm just new to the train of the Laguna train. I don't know, but I can't put this down. I keep reaching for it. I have it right now in Shop My Stash, and I knew I was gonna put it in Shop My Stash immediately after trying it because I just love this. I think it's perfect. I think it gives a nice shadow. It warms up the face perfectly. I really, really enjoy this bronzer. The only con to this is that it doesn't come in that many shades. I think it comes in 8, which is not terrible, but compared to the Anastasia one, it doesn't come in as many shades. Nars tends to not really have as great of a shade range as other brands, but if you can find your shade in this, highly, highly, highly recommend. Number 2. So this is another Nars product. It's another foundation. It is the Nars Light Reflecting Foundation. This has been talked about a lot by everyone. I don't think that I'm alone in my opinion. I have this shade L5, which is Fiji. Here it is on the back of my hand. I have a hard time matching Nars foundations to me. Like, I'm not technically Fiji, but the one shade down doesn't work either. This is the right shade. It's just a little yellow for me, which is why I put it in number 2 in comparison to number 1. However, does like Nars make a bad foundation? Every single Nars foundation I've tried has been good. The natural long wearing one, there's the sheer glow. That was a cult favorite for a long time. Nars just always makes good foundations. This is the perfect medium coverage. This is the foundation I would wear if I was still working my old job, or just, I didn't know if I was gonna work an 8-hour day or a 12-hour day. I worked very long hours. I moved around a lot, and I would be able to rely on this foundation to fit any scenario that I had throughout the day. This is just a really good foundation. It's great coverage. I already said that. There's, how much more can I say? These all kind of have like similar traits now that we're in the top 5. But, ooh, I love this. It's really, really great. I just think that it looks beautiful on the skin. It's kind of just a better formulation of the natural longwear. It's a little bit lighter coverage than that, and it's a little bit glowier than that, which is why I think I just like it so much. The natural longwear I also really liked. That is one, I used to wear that one at my old job, which is why I say that I would wear this one. But it was just a little bit heavy for me, and they really nailed it by just taking down the coverage just a smidge and making it a little bit more dewy. I can't say enough good things about this. A lot of people, I've been seeing it everywhere, really, really like this foundation, and for good reason, which is why I put it at number 2. And the number 1 spot goes to another foundation. I think I already said that. This is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Sheer Longwear Makeup. I have the shade 3N1 Ivory Beige. Here it is on the back of my hand. So if I understand correctly, let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. They got rid of the Double Wear Nude, and then they replaced it with this sheer one. I love the Double Wear Nude, which is so no surprise that I also love this sheer. I've never tried the original Double Wear. I just heard it was very heavy coverage. It didn't sound like a foundation that I would enjoy, so I just never wasted my money to confirm that. I might at some point, but it just never interested me. The sheer of this, I would almost say, is better than the nude. So the nude one is a water-based foundation, so it's very runny, very liquidy. This is also very liquidy. However, the coverage and the wear time on this is so much better. The nude one, you had to be very careful to blend it in. I found that it could be a little bit patchy. The coverage is just kicked up just a notch on this, where it blends effortlessly. Like, you don't have to worry about blending it too much. It blends into the skin. This is, I find it a little interesting. It's geared towards more oily skin. It's supposed to have a matte finish. I don't find that it has a matte finish. I don't have oily skin, so I cannot speak on that. Again, I have normal, leaning dry skin. Considering that it's geared towards oily skin, I really like it. It doesn't look too powdery. This is the most long-wearing foundation that I have out of all of these, which is why I ranked it number 1. I love the packaging. I love that it's lightweight, it's easy to travel, it's easy to take with you anywhere. I can't get enough of this. It has like a little dropper bottle. It looks great when you use a sponge, a brush, anything. I just find this to be the most versatile foundation, which is why I ranked it number 1. You know, I don't have to think about whether, okay, I need to use it with this concealer, I need to use it with a brush, I need to use it with a sponge, or I need to make sure I use the right powder or else it's gonna look cakey. I don't have to think about any of that with this, which is what I love about it. It just works, and that is why I have it in my number 1. Go pick this up. I don't think it's that expensive. I can't remember because it's been too long since I purchased it. I don't think it was too expensive relative to like some other foundations that I have here, but this is great. You will not regret this. Pick this up, try it, and if you do have this, let me know in the comments what you think of it, and hopefully you love it as much as me. We're all different, but hopefully you do. And yeah, I can't say enough good things about this. And that is going to complete this video of ranking all the products that I've tried recently. Hopefully it helped you out. It really just helps me out. It's very beneficial for me to just see the things that I liked over other things and really hone in on what to maybe base my purchases on in the future, because it's not that I didn't like any of these. Well, there were some that I really, really, really didn't like, but for the most part, most of these were okay. But now I can kind of just gear myself towards the things that I just liked more. Hopefully that makes sense. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Everything that I am wearing on my face today is always listed in the description box below. And with all that, I will see you all in my next video. Bye, everyone.